The NachaTech team is pleased to introduce a new tool that we just built for editing and viewing and fixing minor problems with Nacha files. The tool has these areas. So on the left, we have the tree view, which shows you the different nodes in a Nacha file. Below that, we have the node details view, which will show you the details of each node once you click on it. That's the transaction node. That's the batch node. See the details over here. That's the file node. And you also see details for addenda. Now, if you notice on the right side, this area here shows you the raw lines in that Nacha file. And below that, there is error messages per line. Now, this line has no error messages. That's why there's nothing shown over here. When there's an error message, it'll be displayed in here in red. At the bottom of the interface, we have a log messages area, which shows you different messages coming from the application, success messages and failures as well. That makes it easy for the user to figure out if something went wrong and give you some kind of guide or a hint what went wrong. On the top, we see a button over here to open a Nacha file. And on the right side over here, there's a logo. If you click on the logo, it'll open the About box. In here, you can paste your license key. And as soon as you paste it, you press Verify. It shows the license username, organization, and expiration date. Now, let me start by showing you the different ways of editing a Nacha file. So you can, after you open a Nacha file, you can go to the tree control and double click on a node. Let's start with the file. If you double click on it, it opens a file header, which shows you the information broken down into fields, and you can make edits over here, and it provides you some guide. For example, what is the immediate origin? You click on that, it gives you little help message over here that guides you through how would you enter information in that field. The same thing goes for a batch node. You double click on that, it gives you the broken down elements of the batch header. Same thing goes for a transaction. And it lets you make edits over here, and it'll guide you. If you enter a value that's not acceptable, it'll highlight that in red. So for example, this value is not acceptable because it's not matching the size requirements for that field. And the minute you fix it, the red border goes away. And now you can submit this and save this change. We also have built a way for you to edit raw lines, which was very useful because in some cases you have minor issues with a Nacha file. You can always go here on this side and double click on the batch header, and transaction to make changes. And this view is a little different. What it does over here, it opens up the line and parses each element out as a string and gives a little guide over here in terms of what are the elements that are being mapped over to these fields. So for example, number 3 is RDFI, number 4 is the check digit, number 5 and so forth. And you can make edits in here. These are text fields, and it will guide you if the data you're entering is not matching the requirements. For example, if I enter something here which is way too long, it's going to turn red. If it's too short, it will turn red. If you try to enter an alphabet and it's not allowed, it won't let you even enter that. So this helps you make edits to a line, treating each element as raw text. Now let me show you one feature that our tool does, which is quite unique, is that if you open a file that has minor issues, it will let you open that file. It will not fail. So if I do this and I open a file that has minor issues, if you see over here, you get the raw lines, and on the left side you get the tree control. Let me open each node in here and see if there's any issues. There are issues over here. This element is in red. So let's go fix the issue over here. That was a size issue. We fixed it. Over here we see a problem. And if we look at the help, it tells us it has to start with a 1. So I'm going to go ahead and add a 1 at the beginning. That fixed that problem. So now I can submit this and save the file. Successfully submit it. Let's go to the next node. This one has a problem at the bottom here. ODFI. The size is too short. So I'm going to fix that. And I'm going to submit this. Successfully saved and submitted. Let's go to the third one. This one has special characters here which are not allowed, so I'm going to take them out. Now that's good. In here I have spaces which are not allowed, so I'm going to take the spaces out and make sure the size is appropriate. So I'm going to extend the size by adding more digits to it. Now it's all good. Submit. Now we were able to resolve the issues by editing using the node tree. In some cases the issues are very serious and we're not able to parse it properly. So what we do then, we still load the file. This is what some other tools don't do that. If the file has major issues, it will not even open the file. That becomes really difficult because now you have to go through the file and manually edit the file in some other tool and then bring it in. However, our tool lets you bring it in even if it has major issues. So let me show you this file over here. This file has major issues and we will open it up. And if you notice on the left side, the tree control did not show any entry in here because it's not able to parse this file properly. Over here on the raw lines view, we see that 2 lines are highlighted in yellow, which means these 2 lines have problems. If I click on the line, you would notice over here, I see the error message. That's what the issue is. And at the bottom, you see in the log messages, a lot of information is being displayed regarding what went wrong. Now, for me to fix the problem, I go in here, double click on this, and I can see right away that there's a problem in this field over here, which needs to have an entry. And if you click on the help message, it tells you it should have 0 or 1. In our case, we have an addenda, so this should be 1. So I'm going to set this value to 1. And now the red border goes away. This field also has a problem. It has alpha digits in here, or alpha characters. It should not. It should only have numbers. So I'm going to take this out and I'm going to put numbers right there. And now the red goes away. It's valid and I can submit it. If you notice here now, these 2 lines are in yellow. Once I submit this, that's going to change. And here we go. The yellow highlighting went away because now the lines are valid. And on the left side, if you notice, I have my node showing up properly. This issue is still there. We can fix this easily. And we can submit this. Now the problems are gone. This file is opening up successfully. We don't have any more issues with this file. So if you notice, this program lets you easily and quickly open existing Nacha files, make changes to them, and it even lets you open a Nacha file with major issues and errors. And you can edit those errors as raw lines and then reload and see if that resolves the problem. I hope you find this tool useful. Please give us your feedback and comments. We'll be looking forward to that. And thank you.